I can't believe Mel Kiper actually said this. Can't believe he was allowed to. It might be time for him to retire. Welcome into Four Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. This is a college football and NFL show, daily videos. Trying to get to 3,000 subscribers ASAP. So if you're interested in daily NFL news, rumors, reaction to big games, and a whole lot more, other big storylines, opinion pieces, subscribe here. And of course, we cover college football as well. So let's get into it. Mel Kiper said what? Did anybody out there, I'm sure you have, see Mel Kiper hop on ESPN's Get Up and basically say that too high safeties are ruining the NFL and that it should be outlawed from the sport? I got to tell you, there's some bad takes out there, and this is the latest one, but it might be time for Mel Kiper to hit the beach and start sipping on macchiatos because there's just so many things with this that don't make sense. It's like you really want the NFL to outlaw a defense that allows two safeties to play deep coverage. Really, like you think that's a fair and reasonable suggestion. How about you do what a lot of good teams are doing right now? Running is up and run the football. It's ridiculous. And I'm glad that fellow ESPN talent came out against him on this because it was such an outrageous thing to say. And number two, you can beat too high looks, quick game, timing routes, run the football, guys cheat down, then you beat them over the top. To act like this is some new generational defense that teams are running. And yeah, offense is down, passing yards are down, running's up. Run the football. Make these defenses tired by wearing them out by running the ball. And look, this isn't all on Mel. He's had a great career. I think ESPN's got to take some blame here. Why is he being allowed to give analysis about the rules of the game and suggestions of rule changes? You are a draft expert. That's it. And by the way, the draft takes have been trending south in recent years. Look, he's had a long and great career. He's getting up there in age. It's probably just time for this to be the end of Mel Kiper. I mean, I thought Ryan Clark was going to kill him once he heard this. And a lot of players around the league have been ripping him for this. I know Kevin Byard of the Bears said that a lot of people just go on TV and say bad takes so they can get airtime. And I would like to think Kiper's better than that, but this is up there with one of the worst takes of all time. It really, really is. And look, it's not a fireable offense, obviously, but it just got me thinking, like, why is Kiper still probably one of ESPN's highest paid employees? And why is he being allowed to do more than draft analysis? If you're bringing Kiper on Get Up, let's hear about Quinn Ewers. Let's hear about Shedeur Sanders. If he wants to give an opinion on a prospect, that's fine. I don't need opinions on defensive X's and O's. It's not what I need from him. So I thought it was ridiculous. I'm shocked that ESPN allowed this, and it's like I said, I think it's time for Mel Kiper to call it a career, unless it's strictly draft stuff at this point in time. All right, wanted to get that off my chest. Now we're going to take a look at NFL Week 3, preview all the games other than Thursday night. Jets already won, and give my picks against the spread. 13, 14, and 2 through 2 weeks in the games I've picked, so right around 500. Let's see if we can get above 500 this week. And let's start with not a very juicy game. Let's go out to Cleveland. Giants at Browns, 1 o'clock Eastern on Fox. Big favorites for the Browns, 6.5. I like the Giants here to cover. I think the Browns win the game, but 6.5 is a lot in the NFL, and it's especially a lot for an offense that is quarterbacked by Deshaun Watson. Yeah, he's probably better than Daniel Jones, but not by much. And I just think this is going to be low scoring enough where 6.5 is just too much for me. I like the Browns to win at home, but I like the G-men to cover. However, the Giants lose, and the drama in New York continues as they fall to 0-3. Packers at Titans. Sometimes you look at a line and you're like, oh my God, this is an obvious hammer. Packers, right? Then you wonder, does Vegas know something that we don't? Now, obviously, Jordan Love is questionable. It kind of seemed like to me this week he was leaning toward playing, but maybe since they won last week, they keep him out. Maybe that's something Vegas knows. Who knows? But I just saw Green Bay beat the Colts with Malik Willis, so I don't think beating the Titans would be impossible. I got to hammer Green Bay here. I have not liked what I've seen from Tennessee so far. Their defense is good, but Will Levis has been a train wreck. Bears at Colts. Colts 1 point favorites, basically a pick 'em since it's in Indianapolis. I think the Bears win outright. Anthony Richardson has really struggled as a passer. If Chicago, whose defense has been good through 2 weeks, can just contain him as a runner, eliminate the big plays, and force him to dink and dunk, too high looks. Shout out Mel. I think the Colts are in trouble. I think the Bears win this game outright. I know it's in Indy, but I think Indianapolis has a lot of issues. DeForest Buckner's on IR. They're dead last in the NFL in rushing defense. I think the Bears find a little bit more offensively this week and win this game outright. Texans at Vikings. I went back and forth on this one. Texans have a couple of running backs down. Vikings have a couple of guys injured, including Ivan Pace and Dallas Turner. I'm going to go Texans to win and cover the 2. I know it's on the road. I know Minnesota's playing well. But that Texans defense can get after it. I think they force Sam Darnold into a couple of mistakes, and Nico Collins has a big day. Don't love the Vikings corners. Give me the Texans by at least a field goal. Eagles at Saints. Saints 2.5 point favorites. Another one of those where I'm like, at home, they're not even a field goal favorite. I get it, Philly's talented, but their defense under Vic Fangio is really struggling up to this point, and the Saints are rolling. Now, I could see a regression game for Derek Carr, Clint Kubiak, and that Saints offense, but I still think they win and cover here. A.J. Brown not expected to play. Give me the Saints to win by at least a field goal. Chargers at Steelers. This is a tough one. I'll leave it like this. If Justin Herbert plays, I like the Chargers to win outright. Now, he's dealing with a high ankle sprain. He's questionable. So if we get wind of him not starting before kickoff, I'm flipping this to Pittsburgh, regardless of the line. And that's kind of how I'll do it. Regardless of the line, if Herbert doesn't start, Steelers win and cover. So if it balloons up to 3.5, 4.5, that's how I got to take it. If Justin Herbert does play, I like the Chargers to win at plus 1.5 to win the game outright. This is going to be a knuckle fight. I know the over-under is 35.5. I still like the under here. This feels like a 17-13 type of game. Broncos at Buccaneers. Bucks 6.5 point favorites. Again, that's a big number, but it's at home. If it was 7 or more, I'd probably lean the other way. But Bo Nix has been terrible. Todd Bowles is still a really good defensive coach. I like the Bucks to win and cover by at least a touchdown there. Baker and the boys have been pretty good. I think Denver's defense keeps them in it, but eventually Tampa wins this game by at least a full score. Panthers at Raiders, 3:05 or 4:05, Eastern on CBS. I like the Raiders to actually get upset. I think this is upset alert all day. Andy Dalton starting for Vegas. He's got a 300-yard game in each of the last 3 years, and he has not been a starter for all 3 of those. So when he plays, he tends to play well as a backup now. I like Carolina to win outright. I love the +6, so that's my official betting pick. But I might sprinkle a little money on the money line too. I think Carolina plays inspired this week, and the Raiders could get caught looking ahead here. Afternoon slate, I've got these in Central Time zones. This is 4:05 Eastern. My apologies. This is one of my easiest bets of the week. The Seahawks will win at home and cover the 4.5. Skylar Thompson is not a good NFL quarterback. Geno Smith has been solid. That defense led by Mike McDonald is much improved. I don't really get this one. Obviously, if Tua was playing, it'd be different, but he's not. So I like Seattle, and quite frankly, they might win this game by double digits. Ravens at Cowboys. Ravens -1 on the road. Interesting. They're 0-2. I like the Cowboys to bounce back. If you look at the Mike McCarthy era, they have some lopsided losses, but they typically bounce back. 12 wins in 3 straight years. Obviously, Baltimore's been very good in recent years too, but They're 0-2 up to this point. I think Dallas wins at home. Maybe I'm missing something here, but I think Dak will bounce back. I think the defense bounces back. The Ravens do not have the offensive line play that New Orleans displayed last week. I think Dallas will win this game. 49ers at Rams. 49ers 6.5-point favorites. I know the Rams are beat up, but I think they'll find a way to cover. The 49ers have a couple of injuries as well. McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle's banged up. Niners win, Rams cover. I think Matt Stafford makes enough plays to keep it close. Lions at Cardinals. Lions 3-point favorites on the road. I know Arizona balled out last week. Detroit didn't. Bounce back week for Jared Goff. Lions hit the road. It's indoors. Keep that in mind. That's important for Goff bettors. I like the Lions to win and to cover. They haven't had a great game yet. Even week 1 against the Rams, they kind of messed around. Cardinals, one great game, one not so great. I like Detroit in this spot. Chiefs at Falcons, prime time Sunday night football. A lot of money coming in on Atlanta. I'm going to go the other way. I think the Chiefs win and cover. Patrick Mahomes, 3 picks in 2 games. I think he cleans it up a little bit this week. Their defense is still rolling. I like Kansas City. Big win for Kirk Cousins and the boys last week. But that's more of one of those to avoid an 0-3 start because I think they lose this game to Kansas City. Big coaching advantage for KC. 2 games on Monday Night Football this week. Jags at Bills, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Bills -5. It's a little high, but I'll still take Buffalo. I like how Josh Allen's playing. That defense is locked in. They're running the football with James Cook. I don't like what Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson have cooking in Jacksonville right now. Big game for the Jags. If they lose, they fall to 0-3. The seat gets hotter for Doug, so I expect them to play hard, but I just think the Bills are better. And sometimes when you gamble, you got to go with your gut. I think the Bills win this game outright and cover, obviously. All right, Commanders at Bengals, 8:15 on ABC. Big line here. Bengals -7.5. I'm gonna kind of go like leap of faith pick here with Cincinnati. They typically do not get up for these on paper games that are smaller, but they're 0-2. You can't fall to 0-3. And Cincinnati needs to start to kind of change this narrative that I've even thrown out there that they love playing the Chiefs. They love beating the Chiefs. Should have beat them last week. But you're losing to New England in week 1. I expect Joe Burrow and them to come out focused, and I think they hammer Washington. If not sure I can bet Cincinnati the rest of the season because they got to be more consistent in these games that they really should roll in. So there you have it. Week 3 picks against the spread. We'll see if we can make some money here. And Mel Kiper, it's got to get cleaned up, buddy. My name is Harrison Graham. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you soon.